Hello there, welcome to Ekatari Fashion Academy. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to add sewing allowances to your pattern, your drafted pattern. These are the patterns we drafted, and there is something new I want to expose you to. If you get a pattern or you want someone to sew for you, when you include a mark like this, it means this part is supposed to be cut on fold. So if you look at my fabric, this is, let me adjust it so you can see very well. This place is on fold. I folded it. Okay, so this shows that you should place your fabric on fold. This one means you should cut into two pieces. By the time I cut here now, you will have two pieces of this. Okay, you have two pieces of this. Alright, and then when you see something like this, it means you should cut like this, straight like this. If you see in some others you see this way, it means you should place across like this. And sometimes you see, I don't want to mark this, but let me just say, you see it across this way, it means you should place your fabric on bias like this. So this way means you should keep your fabric just the way I placed it. This way you keep it the opposite, and this you cut on bias. Then this is on fold. Okay, we are using this fabric, this it's called calico material. It's very good for beginners because you can see clearly wherever you make an error, wherever you didn't sew your if your stitches are not straight, you get to see it. Whatever error you made, you can see it more easily than on an Ankara fabric, because Ankara has so many designs, so you don't get to see clearly. So as a beginner, it's better you use this one first before you can start sewing on lace materials or Ankara material. So I'm going to show you how to add your allowances. We're going to be adding 1 inch allowance by the side, okay, by the sides. Then the back, if you recall, we added zip allowance already. I folded it in when we were drafting, so I'm not going to be adding a zip allowance right now. I'll just cut exactly what we have here, okay, but I'm going to add allowances in every other part. Let me show you how we are going to do it. For instance, I want to add half an inch here, so I'll just place it on mark. As a beginner, I advise you, I'm taking my time so you would understand it and you will know what to do. I'm just marking half inch, half inch, half inch all the way. So you need to do it patiently, okay, until you become familiar with doing it. Take your time, patiently mark it. Okay, so see what I'm doing. Added my half inch there. Added my half. So I used my curve to trace this out. Alright, so I'm going to mark everything and I will show you. Alright, so as you can see, I've gone ahead to carefully add half inches here, 1 inch by the sides, 1 inch by the side, half an inch under, half an inch under, half an inch by the armhole. Okay, I also did the same thing for the hand. Let me adjust it so you can see very well. Okay, so this is the hand. I added 1 inch downwards by the sides and on top. You can see it clearly now, right? So if you notice at the edge, I went this way because by the time you are folding back to sew, it will just fall in line with this other side. It won't cut straight like that, it will be short. So you go the other way so it can fall back in place. Alright? So please don't use a pen like I did. The reason I did this is just so you can see it clearly on the recording. You can use a chalk or a fabric pen, fabric marker, but don't use this on your fabric. Alright? It's better you use a chalk. I use this so you can see it clearly. You can see clearly what I did. And I didn't add an allowance here because I added it during the drafting. That was why we left this piece the way it is. So now I'm going to teach you how to cut a facing. A facing. Add neatness to your fabric, like help you finish your fabric neatly so it doesn't look rough. Okay, so we are going to be adding a facing around the neck area. Alright, so all we are going to do is we are going to mark 2 inches round, 2 inches. I'll show you. Inches. Trying to get 2 inches round. Okay, and then same for this. I'll bring in my cuff. And that done, just going to join the points. Alright. Okay. So I have my pattern paper under. This part is on fold while the other side is not, it's also on fold. I need two cuts. So trace. This is very, very important too. Your tracing wheel. Press firmly. so it will appear under. So these other areas have sewing allowance. By the time I'm done, I'm going to add sewing allowance to this side that doesn't have, this point doesn't have, so I'll just add 1/2 an inch there. Tracing the allowance, the sewing allowance. So I'll just need to add allowance to this point only. Alright, so I'll bring out my paper. You can't see it, but I can see it, so I'll just trace it out for you to see, so you can see it clearly. Tracing it out for you to see clearly. So all I need to do now is to add 1/2 inch allowance all round. Okay, I have 1/2 an inch all round on my fabric, and I do that round for both the front and the back. I'll go to the sewing machine and we can join our pieces together. Alright, so we've come to the end of another interesting lesson. I'll see you in our sewing video. Thank you.